Well, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is wrong with this room? Hello, Terry here, and we're back with Delphine's discovery, and oh god. Ew. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the correct word to a place that murder has happened, but ew? I don't know. Yeah, we have finally entered the secret room, and I was expecting it to be bad, but not this bad. Either way, yeah, let's continue playing the game, shall we? The three of us enter the hidden room, and I'm smacked with a stale, musty smell of old blood and dust buildup. There's also another scent, a hint of something I can identify. It's pungent, resembling some kind of chemical. I scrunch up my nose in disgust as I take in a gruesome sight in the middle of the room. There's a skeleton hunched over a stack of papers, cradling it like a child. What the frick? Blood is splattered on the walls, the floor, and the sparse furniture decorating the room. Well, considering people hasn't discovered this room yet, I guess yeah, this is a new discovery. But judging from the blood, it seems the killer discovered this place, killed whoever that person is holding the document, and then left them in this room to die and to be forgotten. Blood is splattered on the walls, the floor, and the sparse furniture decorating the room. I gasp aloud, taking a step back, nearly bumping into Deya in the process. Sorry, no, it's fine. It is not fine. What the frick is this? No, it's okay. Deya's words are a low rumble, shaking as they leave his lips. Is it really okay? Yeah, I've been questioning that. Well, I don't know, but you probably aren't allowed to publish this online. The colors leaving Deya's face and the look of pure shock in his eyes betrays his sentiment. The reality of the situation finally settles in. This is more than anything I had planned for when leaving my house tonight. The crime scene that Deya had sworn he didn't want the orphanage to be remembered as is sprawled out right in front of us like a centerfold in a magazine. My heartbeat begins to speed up, and for the first time tonight, I am terrified. An uneasiness settles on my heart, one that Deya seems to be feeling as well. Without his toothy grin and jovial tone, I have nothing to hold on to. Our thrilling night of banter, investigation, and getting to know one another began to sizzle away right in front of my eyes. I almost felt like a terrible person for indulging in any of that while this skeleton has remained hidden and forgotten for decades. Deya? What the hell is this? A hidden room and a dying person? Deya, earlier surprised, has morphed into anger as he balls his hand in the face and nearly growls. Instinctively, I take a small step backwards. This can be right. What do you mean? I'm sure my voice is small and timid, but it's all I can muster in this moment. Deya wrapped his arms around himself. This room doesn't look like it was ever in good shape. It's like a dungeon. The dark stone walls, the cold cement flooring, the lack of furniture, and of course the skeleton spell that idea out clear as day. You think this room was always used as a dungeon? Well, this orphanage sure has some interesting place, like the tunnel back then, and the clock tower. I don't know about dungeon literally, but definitely not anything good. Oh, just as Deya finished his talk, a loud bang reverberates through the room. Oh no. I instantly cover my ears with my hands, shutting my eyes tightly. It's just the door, it closed behind us, but who closes it? Oh no, are we stuck? Is it closed by itself or what? My eyes flutter open when I hear Deya's footstep approach the door. It doesn't take many attempts to figure out that we are locked in. That's no good. I could call someone for help, maybe. I wouldn't unless we are in immediate danger. We are trespassing, remember? Oh no. Yeah, I guess you're right. The option is there if we need it, though. For now, I say we investigate what's in here. Maybe there's another lever or something. Right, good idea. But for now, I need a minute to process everything. Everything. I'll tell you anything interesting that I find. Thank you. Okay, so exploration time then. Daya heads to the doorway and leans against the frame. Lady B, activate the investigation macro, please. Certainly, Delphine. Oh no, what do the investigation macro will show? As the room is rather small, it only takes a few moments for Lady B to successfully run the macro, though as it projects the image, I'm a little shocked. The background mirrors the room we are standing in exactly. This hasn't been the case in any other projection. Okay. Does that rule out the idea of a failsafe set by Technia? Or did they not account for us stumbling upon their secret? Whatever the case, I don't have time to dwell on it now. Lady B is quick to shake me from my thoughts. What would you like more information about? Skeleton papers? Skeleton? I approached the skeleton and kneel down by it to get a closer look. With Lady B's flashlight shining on it, I can see a lilac purple blazer, white undershirt, and a red pin on the front pocket. The pants are a matching purple, making the whole thing look gaudy. Lady B, will you be able to identify this person?
One moment, please. Searching archives.
Okay. A new story was found matching the location and outfit. Shall I read a brief excerpt? Yes, please. This is the first time that I'm looking into official news reports about the Little Voice Orphanage. Admittedly, my search in the past haven't proven too successful. 6 staff members and 20 children aged between 5 and 14 were killed in a targeted attack at a Little Voice Orphanage. Targeted attack? Shall I continue? Yes, go on. Source close to the Artino family who own the manor says that a 20-year-old former staff member unleashes gas into the orphanage after a young girl he had grown close to was adopted. Oh no, don't tell me it's about the girl who have the cookie recipe and moss. Hera and moss, isn't it? It is unclear if there was any predatory oath. Anything about Miss Harkin? Excerpt obtained. I will read it to you. Obtain. Thank you. Miss Harkin was a paragon for the interstice community. She worked to create a safe and welcoming home for children without parents, and it is said to this day that during her last few minutes she worked tirelessly to save as many people as possible. Did she? That's not right. See, I told you, that isn't true. I hear Daya's voice behind me and I jump. Huh? The article made it seem like Miss Harkin was trying to help the kids escape. That's not the case at all. She's on the ground right here. Yep, I've kinda suspected that it's Miss Harkin. Instead of helping the children escape, she helps the paper escape. She's hiding something. Looking at the picture of the suit from the article, this really is Harkin. But what was she doing in this back room by herself? Hiding some dirty document, it seems. The articles say the gas was unleashed into the manor, so is there any ventilation here that will let gas in? Maybe she was hiding away to shield herself. With no kids and other staff inside, she wasn't protecting anyone but herself. But from gas, I'm not sure. Would Harkin even have time to crawl in here in the middle of a gas attack? Well, there's some option. First, before the gas attack, there's already an attack and she tries to secure herself and manage to avoid the gas attack. Like normal attack first, someone stabbing someone else and then the gas attack happens. Or the second option is that she involved with the gas attack itself. Because if I'm correct, the best way to avoid a gas attack is to go out of the room instead of staying here. I guess it depends on the gas, but I'm guessing your droid can tell us. I shake my head. No, unfortunately it cannot, but if you inhale a gas and are aware of it, you run out of the building, not further into it. Yes, I point that out. If the door closes like it did to us, she have no way out. If she locked herself in here, whatever out there must have been way scarier. Exactly, let's not forget the blood, maybe she died of an actual infliction. There isn't any on the floor near her, only the walls. Deia points to Harkon's coat. No blood on the coat either. It isn't her blood. This might really be a dungeon after all. Then whose blood is it? Let's hope not. Wait, then why did she die? Is she died only because of getting locked here? Because there's no blood in his clothing, right? In her clothing. Deia frowns himself. Could she have starved to death? Maybe Harkon couldn't open the door. I wrap my arms around myself. Don't say that. Yeah, it's because you two are now locked in here. We are getting out, don't worry. Did you find a way? I like your confidence, but things aren't looking so promising right now. We are stuck in a room with a dead woman. It is not hopeless. Let's recount what we learned and see if it makes any sense. Wait, when we investigate the peppers? My tentative guess is that Harkon ran in here to hide from something happening in the manor, leaving the kids and other staff to deal with it, and then I guess she died somehow. Of course, that's speculation, the details in the middle can change. Son of a bitch. You're angry. Deia balls his hand in the face as he had one earlier, anger taking over once again. It seems like he can bite back his word any longer. Harkon is a coward, leaving those kids out there to die while she crawled here is pathetic. It was her job to protect them, they had no one else to rely on. Deia lets out his words in an impassionate fury. For a moment I swear I see a tear begin to form in the corner of his eye. He's beyond angry, this is really affecting him. Deia. What? He snaps at me, baring his teeth. I have to calm him down somehow and make sense of the situation. What should I say? I'm sorry. Remain silent, I guess. I don't know what to say right now. Deia and I spent a moment of silence together before going our separate ways and moving on to the next task. Yeah, papers, finally. I make my way over to the stack of papers. The skeleton is dropped over the pile as if hugging it for dear life. There's another possibility though. Yeah, she didn't help the children and hides here instead, but the reason she cannot come out of the room is that because it's not because she's locked here. Well, there's a possibility that the lock is jammed, but I'm talking about something else. The killer probably locked her here, there's a possibility of that too. Or the killer is still around and she's afraid to get out, but that doesn't explain why she's trapped in here. The killer has to be long gone, right? Like, the police came in and then helped around. Unless, of course, the people that's supposed to help them is also an accomplice in this dark story. Who knows, perhaps the moment Miss Harkon comes out, the police will shoot her. As I get closer, I realize that I have to move the poor skeleton over to get a better look at the contents of the papers. I turn to look at Deia, who is leaning against the wall with his eyes shut. Deia, how should I go about moving this thing? His eyes flutter open slowly and he frowns at me. I suppose you just be gentle with it. You're dealing with someone remains, you know. Yeah. I gently move the skeleton arm first and place it on the ground, then to the other arm, and finally the head. By the end of it, my hands are full of dust. Gross. Be gentle. I'm sorry, I really didn't think we find the skeleton when I asked you to come into the manor with me. It's okay, not like you killed this person, right? Right. Still, it's a bit much, don't you think? I'm the worst at first dates.
What girl doesn't want to be swept away by a murder investigation?
Oh, what kind of girl doesn't want to be swept away by a murder investigation? Damn, dude, take me on a date on a murder investigation. Someone died? Let's go there. We are going to a date there. If that's the case, I don't think I can top this next time. But enough of that, what do the papers say? Okay, right. Their footsteps are quiet as he approaches me. The two of us kneel down and look at the papers. I probably shouldn't be touching this. Why not? I should get the cops involved. This is crime scene evidence, I'm tending it. I'm not so sure about the cops. You think this is better left to the police? They didn't do much for this case when it happened. I mean, it was years ago, protocols are different now, we have better technology. I'd rather know the truth ourselves before it's swept under the rug. You already told me that you don't know much about what happened here, that's not a coincidence. Whatever scandal happened regarding this back then wouldn't affect now, would it? Who knows? Depends what we find out. I gulp, that's a scary thought. What could be so significant that it tarnishes interstice even now? I turn my attention to the papers in front of me. There's got to be over 200 pages stacked haphazardly. Some documents are sticking out from the pile with the corners folded while others are turned horizontally. This don't look very organized. They could be in a hurry, or, the person died and they cannot organize it. Like perhaps someone took them in a rush. What gives you that idea? You say the drawers were completely empty. Yeah, I thought it was weird, but the drawers weren't left open, they were closed. So maybe the person who took the papers didn't want people to notice anything suspicious, hence the coffee being out. But the coffee was still warm. Explain that, Dea. I really can't. Still, it doesn't change what I was getting at. The documents were cleared from the desk and brought here in a hurry. Agree or disagree? Agree. I'm guessing the papers are child records from Miss Harkin's desk. Those would be pretty valuable and need protecting. I take the first document from the stack and look it over. There's a lot of legal jargon, but this don't look like child records at all. Interesting. Unless child records talk about the property's worth, I don't think so. I point to a spot on the paper signed by the late Mr. Artino himself. What is this? I believe this is what a house deed looks like. Mr. Artino was leasing the place to Miss Harkin. Well, yeah, that makes sense. My eyes scan the page, stopping at a significantly large number. Oh my gosh, she paid so much to operate this place. What the frick? $500,000. What the frick, dude? This lady must have been loaded. $500,000 at that time, like years ago. Holy frick, that's really a lot. No way, that's impossible. Unless it's a loan, and she promises to pay back later. It says it right here, Dea. Look. I slide the paper towards him. What else do these papers say? I flip through more pages from the stack, stopping when I come across a contract. I scan it quickly and shake my head. This is Miss Harkin's contract with Mr. Artino for working here. It says that she's legally responsible for anything that happens here. My finger traced the dense paragraph, the words becoming increasingly difficult to understand. Why do I feel like this is all muddled and complicated on purpose? I wonder if Miss Harkin knew what she was getting into. It's that bad. Definitely, this contract says that if the orphanage were to negatively be in the public eye, Miss Harkin would owe more than the $500,000 she paid to rent out the place. Is there a relation between the killing and Mr. Artino? Why would she sign this? It's absolute trash. Daya is silent, he shakes his head and lets out a grunt of anger, unless, of course, she is being tricked. Yeah, none of this makes sense. What the hell? You know what I think? If Miss Harkin thought that something was going to happen at the orphanage, she hid these papers away, so Mr. Artino couldn't find them. With a deal like this, why wouldn't Artino have a backup? Well, if he did have copies, maybe there's public court records. If Miss Harkin died, then her family would inherit the debt. I will certainly say this place has a better reputation. Her family would inherit the debt? No. Is that how debt works now? If I remember correctly, they raised the debt when you died to the family, right? No? Yeah, a $500,000 one. Lady B, can you search if the Artino family has any court documents on record, specifically with anyone with the last name Harkin?
One moment, please. Searching archives.
Okay. Daya and I wait in painful silence until finally Lady B finishes their search. Jenna Artino won a case against the Harkin family for $650,000. What was the reason they were in court? Breach of contract, defamation of character, and attempted theft. That's a lot, but it does sound like our case. It does indeed. I need some time to think the information over now. Me too. Let's reconvene in a bit. The two of us part ways briefly and return to what we were doing on our own. I begin to gather my thoughts when I hear strange sounds. It is low and foreboding at first, but then it grows increasingly louder as time ticks on. What sound? That explains. Gas. What is that? I begin to cough as something fills my lung. It's pungent, tickling my nose and burning my throat. It's making my computer lagging. This must be how Harkin died. The music. The truth begins to dawn on me. This room was built into Harkin's office as a gas trap. Who or what was supposed to be lured in here, I'm not too sure of. But Daya and I are about to be the newest victims. Why does it activate so suddenly? We have to get out of here now. I see Daya's petrified face for only a moment before the room begins to fill with heavy beige fog encircling the two of us, and it's very lagging. I reach out into the thick smoke to try and find Daya, but there's nothing but hot, sticky air. I shout out in panic, trying to reach him with my voice. Though as I inhale more smoke, my eyes begin to water, tears building up in them. Cough after cough leave my lips. If Daya and I stay in here much longer, we'll not die. Don't talk, opening your mouth will let in more gas. I stagger in the direction of his voice, growing sluggish with each passing second. It feels as if I'm pulling an entire sled on my back as I inch closer and closer to Daya. With what little strength I have left, I reach up to my face and cover my mouth and nose with my gloved hand. I'm going to get us out of here. But how? Daya's voice, full of terror, makes me wince. This wasn't how our night was supposed to end. The door. The memory of what had happened earlier today floats my mind. Even if I do manage to reach Daya, we are trapped. Don't worry about the door, just stay where you are and cover your mouth. I stumble forward, tripping over the stack of papers and landing on the ground. Everything in front of me starts to roll around like I'm on a merry-go-round. I can see the PNG stuff. I don't know if that's PNG stuff. In a last-ditch effort to save myself, I begin to crawl forward, stopping when I see the bright pink lights of Daya's shoes a few inches ahead of me. Lady B, call... But by now it is too late. I have inhaled too much smoke.
Delphine!
Well, I'm pretty sure our antagonist will survive. This voice of agony isn't the last thing I want to hear, but I suppose it is fitting in a place like this. Everything begins to dim, and I know that means it's all over. Or is it? Yes. When I open my eyes, I'm in a bed that certainly isn't mine. A very comfy bed. Despite my unfamiliar surroundings, I have no intention of getting up even as the bright light from the window beats down onto my skin. A warm feeling sizzles inside of my chest as I take in the sights of the cozy bedroom. There is a rocking chair with a blue and yellow cushion facing the bed. Has someone been watching over me? Yeah, there is. Next to the rocking chair is a rather large chest with an oversized teddy bear sticking out from it. There's a similar but much smaller bear on the end table to my right. Oh yeah, there is. This must be a child's room.
Oh good, you're awake.
I thought you were a goner. Very interesting. The voice belonging to a young girl is loud and clear, but I can see her around anywhere. Yes. I jolt from the bed and look around for the origin of the voice. Huh? Who said that? Okay, you can hear me? Yes, finally. Yeah, that is weird. I totally didn't expect I will be hearing a child talking here. I didn't think anyone would ever hear me again. Oh my. Is this what I expect it to be? The girl's voice is full of excitement and joy. It's hard not to want to hear more. I lean against the bed and look up at the ceiling as if that's where she could possibly be. Yes, I can hear you, but I don't see you. It's too much energy to keep you here and show myself. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm only a kid, you know.
You only a kid, yet you able to do these things. You're a ghost. Energy? What are you talking about? Energy! We all have it and use it to do stuff, duh. Right, okay. Totally not confused. I should start from the beginning then, huh? That would probably be best, yeah. Okay, my name is Hera. Yeah, it is a ghost. Hello, Hera. Hera, that's a beautiful name. Where have I heard it before? Okay, detective. Is this really our Sherlock Holmes? My brain feels a little hazy, like it's grasping for something that's no longer there. Not as pretty as Delphine, your name sounds like Dolphin. It means dolphin too. I'm so jealous. From the way the girl is speaking, it's obvious that she is very young. She can be older than 12. Well, she is and she isn't. Hera, how old are you? I'm 10. Not as big as you and Big Brother Moss. Moss? You start to realize something? Like the guy from the letter Daya and I found in the bedroom? My eyes widen in shock as I piece together the information. It's like a fog has been lifted from my mind as I recall earlier events. Wasn't I just in a room filled with gas? I place a hand on my chest. There's no pain or labored breathing. I am completely fine. Which means... Oh my gosh, I'm dead, aren't I? That's why I can see you. For a big person, you're not being very calm. You're not dead. Delphine. I am. Okay. What? I'm a ghost, silly. Okay. No, I inhaled too much gas. My mind is playing tricks on me. No, Big Brother must save you before that could happen. I'm watching you for him, except he doesn't really know that... That what? Her voice trails off, leaving more than a little mystery in the air. He never hears me, no matter how hard I try to call out to him. So, I'm watching you on my own. I think he'll be happy, especially now that you're awake. But you can talk to him, you see him, and he sees you back. That's great news. That's kinda revelation. So, that's who Big Brother Moss is. Interesting. Who is it? You have to guess it yourself, but I think I kinda figured out who it is. I'll be able to talk to him, finally. Her glee drowns out the important information she had dropped only a minute ago. I struggle to make sense of her words. Who is Moss? Is he here too? No, not right now. He's resting. Carrying you here was a lot of work for a ghost. He used up all his energy. A ghost saved my life? Despite my reactions today as teasing about ghosts, I never once felt the presence of one. Well, so there is ghosts in this game. I'm sorry, it's a lot to make sense of. Where is this Moss character? I want to talk to him. He's not a stranger, you know. You've been traveling with him this whole time. Yeah. I have kinda early guessing that from the moment the game starts. If I was traveling with Moss, I didn't know about it. Of course you did. Day Moss. That's why it's day. Well, that's quite a smart wordplay. I didn't realize that. Of course you did. Big Bro Day Moss. When she says her brother's full name aloud, I'm struck with awe as a gut-wrenching feeling travels through my body. I'm finally understanding what she is actually saying. Yeah. I kinda suspect it already from the silent stepping. You mean Deya? That is impossible. He's not a ghost. Yeah, from his strange affinity to this place, and then his silence stepping, and I don't know, lacking understanding of technology, I guess? And with the strange stuff that keeps happening. Sure he is, same as me, but he has more energy so he can do way cooler things. You know, like use his body, grab things, and make the rooms really pretty. That's my favorite part. Wait, is it him who, you know, make the coffee smell, or is there another ghost? I take a seat under the bed and pull my legs up to my chest. Slowly I rock back and forth as I let Hera's word wash over me. Oh no. I refuse to believe it, Delphine. What's wrong? A lot of things. If this is true, your brother lied to me. I shut my ass and think about the... Wait. You only care about the lying part? Okay. The night he and I shared together, there have always been things I couldn't explain when it came to Deya. He knew an awful lot about the orphanage and even shared a similar past as the children who live here. He could sneak up on me quite easily because I never heard him approaching. He knew exactly where the letter addressed to Moss was, and he went out of his way to clean the bedrooms, which according to Hera he used his ghost energy for. I recount all this information to the girl who only giggles. Are you understanding now? Big Brother is really amazing. Indeed. Amazingly flirty. Wait. Oh shit. So, this is, you know, because of how flirty Deya is and the fact that he's a ghost, it becomes that meme, you know, where there is a person taking a selfie of, you know, detecting face stuff like that. Like rating what are you feeling right now, sad or something like that, sad 100% or sad 70%, happy 60%, like that. And then there's this meme where the person took a selfie of himself, which show himself to fear, I don't know how much, I forgot. And there is this something invincible said to be detected behind him, feeling horny. This is literally that meme. Oh god, no. Hera, it all felt so real. How can they be a ghost? It is real, silly. You can see him and talk to him. I wish I could do that. But can we kiss him? Oh my, can we smooch him? What do you mean?
I talk and talk and talk. But he never listens.
He can hear or see me. Very interesting, Hera. Oh, you're the only one who can talk to us. A searing pain slices through my heart. From the letter I read, it seems like Moss, or Deimos, had a strong bond with Hera. How many ghosts are there in this place? Is it only you two? What makes you two so special? And if it's not, are we safe? It must have been so lonely being here by himself for so long. No wonder he was determined to get me to come inside the matter with him. He needed me to help him find the truth because he couldn't do it himself. Are we still in the orphanage, Hera? Not exactly. Yes, Big Bro spends a lot of energy trying to make it look like it did when we live here. See, I told you. That's what Deimos must have meant when he said he cleaned up the bedrooms. Deimos made sure the orphanage didn't have any of the bloodstains or tattered furniture that Lady B was showing us. Well, that is interesting. So, does it mean that the mansion is actually full of blood and destroyed like that? What the fuck is wrong with the mayor? Like, dude, you own this building and you let it be like this forever, just being remembered as a crime scene where everyone died horribly? He's living in an illusion of what his life once was, and he's sharing that with me. Oh. What happens when he runs out of energy? He disappears. No, that's really bad.
Where would he go, Hera?
Yeah, where will he go? I hold back the tears that are fighting to spill out of my eyes. Ghost or not, they and I form a close relationship, and I need to make sure that he's okay. At the very least, he deserves my gratitude for saving my life. I don't know, this has never happened before. Hera's words, spoken in a small voice, rattle me. Sometimes he go around town and take things, but like clothes and stuff, or he'll bother the robots, but he always come back. Okay, let's explain the futuristic clothes that they have. I don't even feel him here anymore. Oh no. Suddenly realizing the situation, Hera's voice crumbles. She is scared of losing her older brother again.
Can you look for my big bro?
Well, sure. Wait, so does this mean the whole news about the mass killing enacted by one of the staff member who did the mass killing because the one of the adoptive they are close to is false? Or did they really kill all people here? I think it's the former, not the latter. Please, Delphine, you have to help him. I can leave this place like you and him. I'm stuck. I'll try my best. Thank you, I don't know what I'd do without him. Even though you can speak to him, knowing he is here is enough. With him gone, I'll be all alone again, like I was before I came to the orphanage. An unmistakable pain settles on my heart. Deimos is her whole world, even in death. I imagine Deimos feels the same way. I know what I have to do. Hera is stuck here because she won't leave without her brother, and Deimos can leave because he has some kind of unfinished business he needs to take care of. I have to finish the investigation. Where's my drone? Still in the secret room, but it is dangerous. You have to go home. But what about Deimos? If he's recharging, you should too. She's right.
I'm going to go home now, Hera. Will you be alright?
Will you be alright? I think so. Please come back, Deli. Oh, Deli. Poor Big Bro. I haven't seen him smile in a really long time. I promise I will be here tomorrow. Stay out of trouble, okay? I hear her giggle. I haven't heard that in a really long time. The Troublemaster. How horrible it must have been for a girl to spend decades trapped, watching her brother but never being able to communicate with him. I have to make this right for both of them. Hera and I say our goodbye and leave the manor with little difficulty thanks to my new ghost pal. Unfortunately, that's the only easy thing about my departure. There are so many overwhelming feelings that I can't seem to fake my way through. I am filled with dread as I think of Deimos. Where has he gone? Will he ever return? We were so close to solving the mystery of what happened at the Little Voice orphanage, but I am afraid that Deimos might never fulfill his goal and cross over. There's a bit of anxiety in my stomach as well. What are Deimos' real intentions? What is his unfinished business in the manor? I'm sure he didn't tell me why he was really there, or the full story at least. And then there's an insurmountable sorrow as my illusion comes crashing down around me. The man I had begun to grow a bond with is a ghost. I had pictured us hanging out together and becoming even better friends, but that's an impossible dream now. All I can hope to do is help him cross over and live a peaceful life. My heart hurts and I don't know what to do about it. For now, I'm trusting in Hera and her story. I'll return to the manor tomorrow to see if Dea has returned. Yeah. Last night I was battling with a restless sleep. I kept tossing and turning every few hours as Hera's word echoed in my mind. I was hoping that when I woke up, it would all be a dream induced by the inhalation of too much gas. That would mean you died. But, other than a broken heart, my body feels fine. Oh no. A yawn escapes my lips. As much as I like to stay in bed this morning, it isn't an option. I need to go back to the Artino Manor. When I slide my feet over the side of the bed, I kick something and nearly fall forward. Oh, Lady B!
Huh?
Lady B? On the ground by the foot of my bed is my drone. It looks a little worse for wear, but still intact. Nice. As I kneel down to pick it up, the light flashes on and Lady B floats by my side. Hello.
User 2 has a message for Delphine.
Oh.
Open it.
Sure, open it. Oh, you're so cute, Lady B. Your look, your voice, it's all just... Mwah. User 2? That's from Dea. Yes, of course, I want to open it. I collect my hands together, leaning slightly forward, with anticipation to see what he has to say. Whatever it is, good or bad, I want to hear his voice if even for one last time. When Lady B plays the message, my hearts begin to swell. It's a mixture of feelings I can't quite describe as I hear this voice coming from the speakers. Delphine, I hope you're okay. When I got back from trying to get help, I saw that you were gone. I look everywhere for you, but it only made sense that you be home where you belong. I can feel the tears welling up in my eyes. Is this really where I belong? It feels empty knowing that Dea can be here with me. I'm sorry for leaving, but in the state that I was in, I couldn't do much more to protect you. I'm glad that you're safe. Aww. I had Lady B take pictures of the documents that were in the secret room, well, the ones that look important anyway. You'll never guess what we found. A patent for Technia Incorporated signed by Mr. Artino. This means something huge. Interesting. I think that Artino used the money he extorted from Harken to fund his business. Dirty money, gained legally, is still dirty in the eyes of the public. This is the break that I need to shed light on the actions of Technia Inc. and show people that the company was built upon lies and deceit. Because all along the two of us knew the ending our journey would have, regardless of Dea's mortality.
If I solve the mystery, then our adventure would be over.
Oh, then our adventures will be over, eh? This time, for good, I'll never see Dea again. There is another message. Shall I play it? Sure. From whom? Yes, please keep going. I trust in you to do whatever you think is right. Okay, it's from Deya again. With this information, unfortunately I erased the footage from Lady B's for everyone's safety. Oh, interesting. Investigating almost got you killed, and I'll always be sorry for that. I was the one who told you not to call for help the minute we found the skeleton.
I'm not sure if we'll ever meet again. But the time I spent with you was magical.
Okay. I haven't felt so alive in a long time. But this is the end. It has to be. You deserve a better goodbye, but I don't have the courage to tell you to your face. I'm sorry. Oh no. I guess my closing note is a thank you. You truly are one of a kind, little Delphine. Keep doing what you're doing and use your voice for good. The rest of his message is cut off. I reach up and wipe the tears from my eyes as they begin to stain my cheeks. Deimos is telling me to move on and live my life without him. In my heart, I know that I have to. There's no other choice. There is! While Deimos has pieced together most of the puzzle, there are still a few details I'm not sure about. The investigation isn't over, indeed. I stretch my arms over my head and sit at my computer desk. I shoot my father a text telling him I'm not feeling well enough to come to the office today and spend the next few hours typing away. It'd be so nice to be able to type for hours. I can even do that for like 5 minutes, and I am already tired or bored. I search one thing after another. I try any and all keywords that come to mind. Most of the articles are similar. They speak of an ill young man who killed everyone in the orphanage because he was jealous that a girl he had come to grow affections for was being adopted. Is that what really happens too? One article in the bunch is slightly different. At the bottom of the webpage, it says that because of the nature of the crime and the age of the victims, the man's name was not released to the public. Reading on further, I found out that of the many who died at the orphanage, none of them were identified publicly out of respect to the victims. There was not so much as an investigation of the matter, all hidden in the guise of mourning. A proper police search would have found Harkin's body. Really? But why didn't they search? Where was the foul play? I typed Geno Artino into the search bar and several different sources come up. There are pictures of him shaking hands with city councilmen, holding the keys to his manor, and even speaking publicly to a group of protesters. It seems he was deeply involved in the political climate of interstates at the time. Perhaps that was how he got away with everything, and how now his descendants are able to operate in the old abandoned manor with the mayor's support. But knowing that Artino caused this whole mess is enough for me. If I want to expose him, I need to tell the story of the people whose lives he ruined for money. Lady B, can you search Deimos followed by Little Voice Orphanage and send the result to my computer?
Certainly.
Okay, one moment, Miss Carras. Miss Carras, that jots me from my thoughts. The reprogramming I did earlier is gone, at least with my name. I am no longer being referred to as Delphine.
There seems to be no record of that name.
Very interesting. Okay, how about students' record in general for the orphanage? One moment, please. There seems to be no record found. Very interesting. No, of course not. Can you search City Hall records specifically? There seems to be no record found as well. The orphanage must not have been registered officially, otherwise there would be records of the kids and the staff who reside there. It was a farce from the very beginning. How do I tell Deimos that the place that was supposed to take care for abandoned kids only operate as a means for Artino to profit? Perhaps at the end of the day, Harkin really believes she was doing the right thing and tries to create a place to care for orphan kids. I can make that judgment, but I can say there were other more effective ways to go about it. Aha. I have to go back to the orphanage and discuss this with Deimos, whether he wants to see me or not. I made a promise to a little girl and I don't intend to break it. It is time to sneak back into the manor. Okay. Let's go. Hello. Getting inside of the manor in the morning is a lot easier than at night. All I had to do was pretend I was doing a delivery nearby, take an accidental wrong turn, and then walk right into the place. Surprisingly easy? Okay. The security guards and drones are nowhere to be found. Intentional or perhaps help from a friend. Oh. Well, now it looks horrible. Look at that, oh no. So that all goes to the wind when I call out into the empty halls. There doesn't seem to be anyone here, no matter how much I call for Hera and Deimos. Neither of them show up. The halls I find myself in are nothing like the sight from the night before. There are blood splatters on the walls, floors, and doors. The sconces on the walls are cracked, some more than others. This doesn't look anything like a scene of a gas attack at all. If Deia had just allowed me to see this yesterday. I shudder the thought. I don't think it would have been an easy thing for either of us to handle. Whatever happened in these halls was violent and gruesome. Seeing this, I can believe that Harken was trying to hide away from the massacre. I wrapped my arms around my chest. The only thing that was cleaned up were the bodies, and I suppose that's to keep the public from finding out about the illegal operation of the orphanage. The people who died here deserve so much more than what they got. I wish there was a way to make it right for all of them. There is, I suppose. My heart lurched. It is no wonder Deimos lives in an illusion of what once was. This is horrifying, sorry. But he has to face the truth if he wants to be able to make peace, at least for Hera's sake.
Deimos, you better show yourself!
Indeed. I shout into the hall as loudly as I can. Are you sure that won't attract the security guard? Well, we don't see them, but they could be around here. There is no response. I have to keep trying. I know the truth about you. I know the truth about this place. I don't think we have the capacity for both, honestly. About this place. I shouted into the void once again, apprehension filling my gut. I could get caught here by any member of the interstice community and Sean. My family business could be ruined. And yet I don't care. My only goal is to get Deimos to come back.
Hey, you're back!
Ah, Hera! Yes! Aw. Ah! A hand flies up to my heart as I take a step backwards. Hera, you scared me! Well, it will... You know, the strange thing here is you are so normal about it. Obviously, you will be scared of that. Hey, I'm not scary. Yes, you're not. Oh.
I may be dead, but I still have feelings.
Okay. I can feel a blush creeping on my cheeks. I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't expecting anyone to answer. The little girl giggles. I know, I'm only joking. I'm glad you came back, Delphine. What a sassy little girl, okay? You're so full of sass. I really thought you weren't going to come back when you heard Big Bro's message. I was yelling at him to stop recording it, but he couldn't hear me. Why? He never hears me. Despite her agonizing words, Hera's voice doesn't dampen. She's still as joyous as ever.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I can hear you. I know he's listening.
I know, he just can't get away from your beautifulness, Delphine. I've called out to him, but he hasn't responded. I mean, in his heart. Ah, interesting. I imagine if she were standing in front of me, she'd have her hand over her heart. You still think Deia wants me in his heart? You know the answer to that, Deli. Okay. Deimos doesn't harbor any ill will towards me. He's pushing me away because he feels like he has to, but that's not the only way out of this. I need to talk to him. Do you know where he is? He's in my room. Okay. Oh, but please be careful. It looks different. Deimos can make things pretty again until he has all his energy back. It's okay, I think it's about time I see this place for what it is. It's a mess, but don't be scared. Okay. I'm not scared with you and they around. Oh. Well, good. You don't have to be. A silence fills the room and I wonder if Hera has left me to my own device. After a moment, she speaks up in a small, timid voice.
It didn't hurt, you know.
Well, this word breaks my heart.
Huh?
Dying? I mean, I didn't see it or feel it, it just happened. That's good to This is awkward. Yeah, that is good to know. At least she didn't suffer. But I don't think Deya feels the same way. Sometimes he looks very sad. He couldn't save me, but I know he would have tried.
What's wrong? You look sad.
Well, obviously, because you're telling me a sad story. I feel really sad when I think about Deimos. He is a good person, but really bad things have happened. I wish that I could take all the pain away and make things better. You can, can't you? Ah. I'm going to try, Hera. I really am.
Thank you.
Oh. I walk forward towards the young girl's room step by step until I finally reach the room in question. I take in a deep breath, stealing my nerves for when I come face to face with Deya once again. Oh no, oh god no. When I enter the room, it's as bad as Hera has warned me about. The blood splatter on the walls look like it has draped down onto the pillows of the bed and onto the old stained rug. The rest of the furniture looks untouched. When everything happened, Hera must have been sound asleep. At the very least, she didn't have to suffer, though I'm saddened that the world didn't get to experience her brightness.
I told you not to come back.
Oh, hello, you're still very healthy, seems. Deimos' voice, an unusually raspy and bitter tone, shares me from my thoughts. I see him sitting on the ground with his leg pulled up to his chest. When we lock eyes, I notice the puffiness underneath them. He bares his teeth to me in a snarl, as if I am the enemy. I couldn't do that. Our investigation wasn't over, and we made a promise to finish it together. I gave you all you need to expose Technia. Your transport drones are as good as gone once that information goes public. I didn't hold up my end of the bargain yet. I told you we figure out what happened here together as User 1 and User 2. That's not what this is anymore. You deleting things from Lady B doesn't mean the events didn't happen. I walk in carefully, one foot after the other, afraid to disturb the gruesome scene. Kind of rude, assuming I'll just leave things alone after all we've been through. It was one night, Delphine. Oh my. Well, no. It felt like a lifetime. You felt it too, didn't you, Deimos? I don't know if that's the correct word to say to someone who have died. His body grows rigid when I call him by his full name. Don't call me that. The only person who was allowed to is gone, so there's no reason I should be hearing it anymore. Oh, but Hera is still here. Cautiously I take a seat beside Day, who doesn't move even an inch. You mean Hera? Deimos watches me curiously, but he doesn't say a word. I don't think he really knows what to say. The charade is up. I know who you really are.
What are you trying to say, Delphine?
What are you trying to say? You should have just told me from the beginning that you were a ghost. I'm not a ghost? Well, if Dea tells from the beginning that he's a ghost, will you follow him? Please stop lying to me. You've got a strong connection to this place and you can't hide it from me anymore. Fine, you're right. But would you have really gone for with me if I told you who I really was, indeed? Maybe, we'll never know now. Deimos hugs his leg tightly but turns his head so that he can get a good look at me. You were the first person to see me. We were able to communicate. After decades of roaming around interstices, there was finally someone who could hear me. Oh. But you don't see it that way, you're mad. I can feel my hand shaking at my side. I want to be understanding of Deimos, but it hurts knowing that no matter how much time passed and how much closer we got, he never trusted me with the truth.
I see it in your eyes. You think I'm a monster just like everyone else.
Why would I think you're a monster? Because I'm the one who gets blamed for killing everyone here. You are the jealous boy. Delphine, you just figure it out now? Okay. The one who supposedly got so angry at Terrorose getting an adoption offer that I went on a murdering spree. That's how I've gone down in history, the faceless assailant. Day balls his hand into his fist at his side, extending his leg outward. I can see angry tears forming at the corner of his eyes. Why would I do that? I wanted Hera to get adopted and escape the hellhole I was living in. Oh no, then this orphanage is horrible. Yeah, that person, the headmaster of this place, didn't do a good job at all. I love the orphanage, but I was never treated like I belong, even after 23 years of living here. I was the weird kid that aged out of the system. I had to beg Harkin to let me stay because I had nowhere else to go. I wanted Hera to have a family that could love and care for her more than I could. Instead, look what happened. Ardino sent someone here to kill the residents of the orphanage in order to create a scandal that he could sue Harkin for. I fill in the blank for him. This place wasn't operating legally, Day. Did you know that? Daya nods his head. I suspected as much when we couldn't find any paperwork. It all just makes me so mad. That filthy animal took the lives of so many people for money. Seeing the company his family has built at the expense of mine is disgusting. I want Technia gone just as much as you do, so why are you here instead of sharing the information with the world? I've got the gist of it, but there are a few things I don't quite understand yet. You want to know what exactly happened on the day of the murder, don't you? Yes, I feel like I'm missing something. Indeed. Deimos is silent for a few moments before he finally nods his head. Okay, I tell you. Okay then. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm okay. He takes a moment to collect his thoughts. It was at dinner time when I came downstairs to the kitchen to help the other staff cook. Can you guess what was on the menu? Spaghetti? Pasta? I forgot. Oh, noodles. Yeah, noodles. We were in the middle of cooking them when we heard a strange noise. It was like a banging sound. Yeah, the police really comes late, didn't they? It's dinner time. Holy freak. Almost 12 hours more. God dang it. Someone had gotten into the manor with relatively no opposition. It all happened so fast. All I can really remember beyond that are gunshots. Oh no. Daya makes a finger gun with his right hand and aims it forward as if imitating what he had seen. Right in front of me, people I had grown up with were dying, but at the time, I only had one thing on my mind, and it was getting Hera to safety. I ran upstairs to check on her, but one of the gates chased after me. I know that around this time she'd be taking her midday naps, so I let her take her to my room instead. That's the one with the balcony, you know where the letter was. Hearing Deimos recount this tale is painful. Imagining him having to deal with this on a day when he was only trying to do his job is almost too much. Yet Deimos looks on me with a brave face. The bad guys followed me into the room and onto the balcony. The den on the balcony, yes. I cry out in realization. We did say there looked like there was a struggle. There was a struggle. I tried to grab the man's gun, but I couldn't. He shot me and I'm pretty sure my body toppled over the balcony. This is where Deimos grows silent, shaking his head. I couldn't save her, or any of them. Well, could you still explain the coffee smell or the other things like the gas or the tapping sound in the window? But you tried, that means something. I know I keep telling myself that, but then I see this. He motions to the room we are sitting in, a tear sitting idly in his left eye. It wasn't a good enough older brother. I wasn't a good enough older brother to Hera. I opened my mouth to argue, but he held his hand up as if to tell me not to waste my breath. It was a long time ago. I came to terms with it already. Really? Then why do you make an illusion of it? The only thing I really wanted to know who ordered the attack, and you gave that information to me. But now that you have the full story, I need you to go and tell it to the world. You're wasting time by sitting here with me. I can't leave yet. Hera asked me to talk to you. She thinks that I can help you break from the chains that are keeping you here. Deia's eye widen and he shakes his head from left to right. That is impossible. Hera can be here. She has crossed over. Did she though? I'm the only one left. No, she refuses to live without you. She's stuck here, same as you. Hera would have told me she was here. She would if she could. She says she talks to you, but you can hear her. Please believe me. I know you wouldn't lie to me. She doesn't blame you for anything, and it was her choice to stick around. She says you're her whole life, and she wouldn't want to go anywhere without you. They grab the loose fabric of his pants and squeeze it so tightly, his knuckles begins to turn white. The tears that... Oh, you're crying, oh no. That threatened to spill out before, now water falls down his red cheeks. I want her to let go of me and go into the light. There is no reason she should suffer because of me. I don't think she is suffering, Deia. Even though the two of you can communicate, she still considers watching you as spending time together. You were still making memories together as a brother and sister. Is she here? Not right now? No. I never want her to see me like this. I'm supposed to be the strong one.
You are strong, Deimos. You've endured so much, and you keep fighting.
Yeah, she's right. She's correct. He wiped his cheek with the back of his gloved hand. I appreciate the misguided sentiment, but didn't I tell you to stop calling me by my full name? I hate it. I was brought to the orphanage as a baby after my parents died. Apparently, I'm told my mother died giving birth to me, and my father was so distraught he killed himself. I was a murderer before the age of 1. That's why Harken called me Deimos, the god of dread and terror. What the fuck, Harken? You don't have to tell me it's not true. I've come to terms with the way I view my parents' death, but I didn't like that other people got to make fun of me because of it. Do you want to talk more about it? You want to hear all the boring details? Sure, did the music stop? Or... yeah, I think it is. Okay. I want to hear whatever you want to tell me, Deia. I still care a lot about you. It doesn't matter to me if you're a ghost. I guess I was just mad that we can be what I wanted us to be. Oh no. I should have put a stop to it before I got too far. I wasn't expecting to enjoy spending time with you so much, and before I knew it, the whole night has passed. You made me feel... as cheesy as this is, alive? Yeah, you treated me like a regular person, so I wanted to pretend for a little bit. I know it wouldn't last in the end, but I caught up in the moment. Oh no, so no... The happy life, happy goodbye makes sense. Oh no. That's the whole premise with Deia. The happy ending, then the happy goodbye. Oh no. In another life, I have loved to take you out somewhere fun, had laughs, dance together, ate ice cream. Never been on a real date before, you know? Especially not with someone like you. Who would someone like me be, Deia? Someone out of my league. You're gorgeous, but that's not what attracted me to you. You're funny and full of life. You also care a lot about your family and justice. Those two things are very important to me. He shakes his head as if dispelling the idea from his head. It's better this way anyway. Even if we were alive during the same time, I'm not the kind of guy you write to home about. Oh, you're underestimating yourself too much. I will disagree, yep. Because you only know part of the story. You got to see the fun, carefree Deia last night. Deimos is the kid who stayed up all night crying because none of the other kids like him. Oh no. He was the one who had to learn how to charm adults to get what he wanted because people wouldn't bat an eyelash otherwise. He was the one who snuck into Harken's office and took her coffee to try and dye his hair a normal color the other kids wouldn't make fun of. Oh, that explains the coffee in the bathroom. You try to dye your hair there. It looks like the memories leave a bitter aftertaste on his tongue. That explains the warm coffee in her office. Yeah, I try to keep this place how I remember it. Nobody wants to see all of this blood, but right now, I don't have enough energy to hide what happened here. Thank you for using your energy to save me. Hera told me that it took a lot. She was afraid you were going to disappear because of it. I told you that I would protect you. I wasn't going to break that promise. You deserve to live a long life. Wait, what are you trying to show us back then? And also, where did you go? You know, the time we entered Harken's office? You mean a lot to me, Delphine. I'm sorry for what I said earlier. It did feel like a lifetime. That's why it hurts so much right now. I have to let you go. Just because I'm stuck here doesn't mean that you have to be as well. You don't have to be stuck here, Deia. I want to help you and Hera leave this place.
You are the delivery girl after all.
What does that mean? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're delivering them to the afterlife. You're trying to deliver me and Hera to the other side, see? It's sweet of you. The two of you deserve to be happy. This torture can go on forever. I wanna love it. It means everything to me that you're going to try, but you know it's not going to be that simple, right? What do you mean? I won't be able to just cross over. There's a lot I have to come to terms with.
Well, we can work that out together.
Yep. Okay. If you need to talk to Hera, I can be her voice. If you need someone to talk about things, I'll be a listening ear. Thank you, that means a lot to me. The two of us sits there in silence, neither of us knowing what to do next. But in that moment, it feels perfect. The two of us sit there in silence, neither of us knowing what to do next. But in that moment, it feels perfect. I know in my heart that we'll be able to find a resolution that is best for him and Hera because the two of them deserve to be happy. I'm not sure how many days I spent at the Artino mansion after that, but it was quite a bit. I visited frequently to help Hera and Deimos talk to each other. They had a lot of unspoken feelings they needed to share. After much deliberation, I decided not to expose Artino crime to the world. Why? It seemed like It seemed like it reached up too much of the past for Deimos, and he was already beginning to travel down the path of crossing over. Oh, okay. I did, however, make a video about the positive side of the orphanage. I talk about how many kids were given love and home that they might not have had otherwise. I talk about Deimos' memories and was sure to bring positive attention to the Artino manor. Because of my video, people began to visit the building despite explicit rules not to. Eventually, Technia Ying was driven out and a community leader began to renovate the place to create a community center that held the same ideals as the Little Voice Orphanage was supposed to. Oh, that's so sweet. You know, I think it will end rather gloomy with, you know, just Hera, Day, and Delphine talk with each other, but it turns out it ends quite well. I visit every now and then to help run local charities. The place is almost unrecognizable, so I know Deimos will be proud of what it has become. He's no longer around, but deep down I know he's finally crossed over to a place where he and Hera can be together. Oh. Now it is time for me to move on and live my own life. I will forever be grateful for the night I spent with Deimos, and I hope that he's looking down on me with a smile. The end. Friendship. That's surprisingly a nice ending. But where's the kiss? Oh. Well, I was hoping for a kiss. Yep, I guess that wasn't a bad ending. Oh, that's a nice ending. So, Legend X Games, hello there. Cyberius, Camille Arana, Cats on Lillipad Studios, Redchan, Marie Haves, Jack Hawkins, Ellen Chan, Boshi Dop Lester, Curry Melevo. Am I supposed to click? Okay. Well, I think that's all for Delphine Discovery. I guess I could explore the other ending, but I don't know. Should I? That ending was hardly good enough for me, though. Still, yeah, there is no kiss. But it is still... I love the story. It's... how to say it? Sappy, not sappy. Lovely and tragic in a way. So I guess that's all for Delphine's Discovery. I hope you enjoyed. See you later then in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.